Everyone, thank you all for coming. This is the moment every one of us has been preparing for. To defeat the cruel enemy who mercilessly wiped out so many of our friends that day in Alio Town. To defeat Dark Falls. It must have fled to space-time to recover after we landed a good shot on it from Central Cannon. But it can't fully recover without its dock in Stia. It has to rematerialize at some point. That's when we strike. Now that it's completed, the cannon is a lot more robust. We should be able to fire it several times. But it still takes some time to warm up initially. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do anything about that. Once Dark Falls appears, I need you to keep it busy and buy us some time. You've faced so many obstacles and made it through all of them. Dark Falls is an unimaginably powerful foe. There is no possible way to fully prepare for that kind of strength. But even in the face of such overwhelming odds, I have the utmost faith that we will prevail. Alio, Retem, Kvaris, and Stia, defenders from all 4 regions, are united toward a single goal. As far as we know, this is entirely unprecedented in Halpha's history. The entire planet is united as one for the first time. In order to preserve that unity going forward, this is a battle that we can't afford to lose. I'm asking all of you for your support. I need everyone to stay ready to deploy at a moment's notice. Victory will be ours.
I guess this is it.
Yeah. For the sake of...
Yes?
For the sake of Halpha, we will. We must win.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, hey. It's you. How perfect. We were just looking for you.
I didn't know you were in Central.
Correct. We're here seeking treatment for the wounded, as well as looking to resupply. Once we complete that, we have but to await their recovery. Wasn't there something you wished to discuss, Commander?
Yeah, there was. You, really helped us out the other day.
Wasn't there more?
We've had a lot of ups and downs during this campaign. We found ourselves constantly wounded and lacking supplies. Even after years of fighting, we hadn't made it to the interior of Stia. Before you 3 arrived, I was even considering withdrawing from the region. But my troops' morale was still high. I planned on one last offensive before they finally burned out. And then, you 3 showed up. I had heard rumors. You saved Retem, and even survived a Dark Falls attack. Then, you even paved the way for the reconstruction of Kvaris. I was skeptical, but I didn't have any other options. So I figured I'd try my luck with the 3 of you. And, we all know how that turned out. Although the battle still isn't over, I need to say this. Thank you.
Yes, I owe you my thanks as well.
Are you two going back?
Yes. We haven't secured the entire Stia region yet. And the Dolls plant is still operational. We still have a lot of work to do. Conaway,
Sir,
I'm going to head back now. You oversee the treatment of our wounded and meet me there.
yes, sir. Shocking. The commander almost never gives thanks to anyone. He does express gratitude sometimes, but I don't think I've ever heard him actually say the words, thank you. I suppose that demonstrates how much respect he has for you. Well, I'd better get going now. Let's meet again, soon.
It's so hot. At least the heat in Retem is dry. It's all sticky and yucky here. You always put on a brave face, but aren't you hot?
I'm fine.
Oh, okay. I guess you Meteor just handle extreme temperatures well. I mean, it's nice I get to travel to so many different places, but Glenn and his troops have been living here a long time now. Of course, the dolls here are tough too, but the biggest battle is against the heat. Even after a tough fight, they can't even rest and recover when it's this hot all the time. It's really like they're just fighting non-stop. It'd be nice if they could at least take it easy while they're at the camp. I guess they probably don't need our help, but still. Do you think there's anything we can do for them?
Something to lift their spirits?
Something to lift their spirits. Like what? Oh, what about if I make some food for them again? Would that work? They're always eating that hard bread, but I'm sure they'd enjoy a good meal once in a while too. Yeah, that might work. Thanks for the advice. I better start gathering up some ingredients then. Let's see. Last time, I made something hot because they were physically and mentally exhausted. But this time, I think something cool and refreshing is in order.
Exactly what I was thinking.
I could probably put Kavera's fruits and vegetables to good use. I think I have an idea. Off to find ingredients.
Manon,
Who's there? Oh, it's you.
are you feeling unwell?
No, I'm fine. You know, I'm reminded of it every time I come here. That battle with Neil's Stia. And I think of that ARKS defender who sacrificed his life. Protecting someone like me, it's not fair.
I know, but it's not your fault.
But he had his own life, too. His own dreams. His own hopes. Just like all of us. And I took all of that away from him. Forever.
Excuse me. I can't get behind that line of thinking.
Kanui?
Forgive me. I overheard you talking. Will you allow me to explain some things about us? We have a simple rule. Never leave anyone behind. In battle, it's not the enemy that you need to fear the most. It's the loss of trust between squad mates. It's having to wonder if you'll be left behind if you get cut off or wounded in battle. That kind of fear will hang over your head. This rule of ours is meant to eliminate that fear. We all know that we've got each other's backs. And that allows us to perform our duties free from worry. The defender who died protecting you was only following that rule. He refused to leave you behind. Because of that, more lives would be saved as a result. I'm sure that's what he believed. And that is indeed how things turned out.
That's only because I was overcome by rage.
What counts in battle is the result. Protocol is important too, but how many enemies we kill and how many of us survive. That's what really counts at the end of the day. If our losses are heavy, it's Commander Glenn who shoulders that responsibility. And me, as adjutant. So, he was only doing his duty. That's why I want you to hold your head up. Please.
Kanui.
I have nothing more to say on the matter.
Thank you.
I hope this was not presumptuous of me. Now, I must return to my duties.
Working through my feelings is not an easy task, but Kanui is right. I need to hold my head up so I can move forward. I have to carry the torch. For the ARKS defender who gave his life for me, too.
I didn't know you were back in Alio. I hear you completed your assignment in Stia.
I was just helping Glenn's crew out.
They are the best of the best, but the numbers were not on their side. I'm sure your support was a huge help in that regard. It certainly was something to see Crawford act so decisively like that. Neil Steele was Crawford and Glenn's most hated enemy. At first, Crawford said he would let Glenn handle it. But the truth is that he really wanted to settle that old score by Glenn's side. Fortunately, Dahl's activity in Alio at the time was minimal. It was an opportunity that might have never come again. That's why I didn't hesitate to give my blessing to his decision. I'm glad the three of them were finally able to close that chapter of their battle. Crawford, Glenn, and Hibana.
Kanui told me about Hibana.
I see. Hibana and Glenn were close for a long time. She was always the type who wore her heart right on her sleeve. I'm not saying they were the same, but her straightforwardness was a lot like Ina's. When Glenn and Hibana met Crawford, the three of them started working together. Crawford and Glenn's relationship is still more or less the same as it always was. They've always gotten into it over differences of opinion. And it was always Hibana who would step in to mediate things. She had a knack for finding the compromise and getting them to shake on it. And she was really intuitive. She would just sort of throw a plan together and somehow, it almost always worked out. Which is the exact opposite of Crawford's unrelenting rationality, of course. Yet, they always seemed to get along. All three of them had very different personalities, but they just seemed to mesh with each other. Their teamwork in battle was especially impressive. Glenn would take the front, Crawford brought up the rear, and Hibana would float between them. And the three of them would just chew through the toughest dolls like that. It was a foregone conclusion that those three would one day lead Alio. But then, Hibana's death created a big void. Without her, Crawford and Glenn set off on separate paths that they each thought was best. Now that the score's been settled with Neil's Stia, hopefully, that void can finally be filled. Looks like there's some trouble. I think I better get going. We'll finish this chat some other time. Until then.
Nadara, hi.
It's you. I have heard of your deeds throughout the land. You've even taken the fight to Stia.
It's all thanks to everyone's efforts.
I suppose so. We only attained victory ourselves after joining forces with you. No one can take on the doll's threat all alone. So, is it true that several dolls' facilities have been discovered in Stia? I hear that there is a plant among them that is quite similar to the lower level of Maquad. And that they found dolls' manufacturing equipment inside. I had presumed that dolls are born naturally, like other living organisms. I guess that is not the case. So, someone created the dolls? Who? When and why? I have so many questions, but I am a warrior, not a researcher. I'll leave that to Crawford. I've given the order for Retem ARKS to prepare for a new battle. Our wounds from the battle with Renus Retem have healed, and we are reorganizing our forces. We cannot simply maintain a defensive posture in the face of this new unknown. We will mobilize for war. We must also consider how to coordinate with Kavaris and Stia, in addition to Alio.
The quintuplets' teamwork is amazing.
It is amazing what they are doing in Kavaris with so few people. People's thinking is beginning to change here lately. We may be able to join forces with those who think differently, while still honoring our treasured Retem traditions. We must not fear the change that will inevitably come with that. We must welcome any and all talent without prejudice. I've learned through my own experience that this is necessary in order to deal with so many threats. We still have many battles ahead of us. If we want peace, it is the only way. I hope you will continue to fight by our side.
Oh, it's you! I heard the news. You went to Stia. I hear it's a really severe place. They say it's just endless fighting with hordes of dolls under a sunless sky. Well, you don't look any worse for wear, but what about the other two?
They're pretty worn out.
What? Is everything okay? Well, I'm glad to hear that. I was worried because I hadn't heard anything for a while. I'm just happy to see that you seem to be doing fine. If you ever need anything, you can count on us. I told you, right? We'll support you in any way we can.
I'll be counting on you.
That's right. We'll come running. Although, depending on the timing, it might not be all 5 of us. Oh, by the way, I wanted to tell you about what's been going on here. According to Ilma, he's been making progress on his investigation of Lost Central. And ARKS defenders are really pitching in, too. I also hear that ARKS defenders from Retem are showing their faces lately. And not just to fight, they're helping out with research as well. Grandpa used to always say Retem ARKS defenders only care about fighting prowess. But I guess things have changed a lot since then. Ilma is in Grandpa's study, organizing the data found at the site. He is thoroughly checking the data that Grandpa left for us. But there haven't been any more messages from Grandpa since that one time. We were hoping we might be able to find more clues in Lost Central, but...
I'm sure you will.
You're right. We can't give up hope. We'll just keep going, slow and steady. With both Kavaris' renewal and looking for Grandpa's clues. I'll contact you if we discover anything. We might even need to ask for your help. Of course, there would be something in it for you too. Take care!
Huh? Oh, it's you. I thought you were an enemy. I've already caused everyone quite a bit of trouble by being careless around enemies. Everyone is working so hard, and I'm just off searching for shiny minerals. But enough about that, I guess.
Doing more research?
No, just clearing my head a little. Being cooped up inside all the time makes my brain start to feel sluggish. I've been thinking about Central Canon a lot lately. We modified Aelio's Central Canon based on the Lost Central Canon data that we found. They share some uncanny similarities. Their photon generator values and their capacitor unit photon charge rates, for example. I mean, the specs are pretty different, but the basic construction is the same. That's why the Lost Central Cannon data helped us fix our problems with the Alio Cannon. Which means these central cannons were designed with some level of mass producibility in mind. Lost Central and Central City share a lot of similarities to begin with, both aesthetically and in terms of city design. Basically, Central City was built using Lost Central as a template. So it makes sense that they're similar, but that template wasn't designed by us. We just repurposed what was already there to use as Central City's infrastructure. All we really did was gather materials and build on top of the template that someone else created. You know, a huge container was found underneath Retem City the other day. Know what was in there? Central cannon parts. And they were nearly identical to the Alio and Kavaris cannon parts. I mean, you see how Retem City is now, but I can't help but wonder if the original plan was to make it like Central City.
But who could have made it?
Exactly. That's the inevitable question. I mean, someone other than the current inhabitants of Halpha. Someone who simply vanished, leaving massive structures all over Halpha. There's no doubt that these mysterious people existed, but we haven't been in a place to explore that mystery until now. With this new discovery, though, I think the time has come to get serious about figuring it out. What were they doing here on Halpha? And what happened to them? I have the feeling that we will need to know that information going forward. There's no guarantee that something worse than Dark Falls won't show up in the future. We need to know as much as we can in order to handle a wide range of possibilities. That's what I think. Oh, I'm sorry. There I go again on another one of my monologues. Once I get some things figured out, I'll try to explain a little more clearly. Well, the first thing to do is to try to find some leads. I'll be working on this together with Crawford and the Alio research team. I'd like to include Retem as well. Talking to you always helps clear my head for some reason. Thank you so much for listening. Time to head back to the lodge and start putting some ideas on paper. Take care.
Yuha, did you come all the way here by yourself?
The enemies here aren't that tough.
Pretty confident. Anyway, this place reminds me of the battle that day. What did Crawford come here for? He just showed up, wreaked havoc, and left.
He wanted to fight together.
With who? I guess you mean me. You know, you throw me off my rhythm somehow. I can't figure you out. But it doesn't matter. I'll tell you about our past. Crawford and I, we used to fight together. But then, we had a falling out over something. Kanui already told you, right?
Hibana?
Yes, that's right. We decided to go our separate ways after Hibana died. Crawford stayed in Central, and I chose to come here to fight. We understood dividing our efforts like that wasn't exactly sustainable. But we couldn't stop each other. Just playing defense doesn't solve the problem. And not having anywhere to go home to after solving the problem makes no sense either. We had no choice but to do our best with the situation that we had. Troops, weapons, and other supplies. All just gradually dwindled. I really don't know where we'd be right now if you three hadn't shown up when you did. I'm sure Crawford and I will have a chance to hash it all out someday. But not right now. Because our battle still isn't completely over yet. That was long-winded, but I gotta get going.
I should wait here for Aina and Manon before Darkfolds appears.
Detected Dark Falls in the immediate vicinity of Halpha Lake. We'll commence our assault once it materializes. Give this everything you've got.
Central cannon launch sequence complete!
It's ready, Crawford! Roger. Prepare to fire!
Now I'll just... And then... There! All finished! Ready when you are!
Make this count! Central cannon, fire! Damn it! You're not leaving!
Wait, it's weaker.
This is all you!
Claim vengeance for all who have fallen!
You got this! I know you can do it!
Please. For peace on Halpha!
What is this? This is it.
I can't believe it.
It's all over, right?
Dad, everyone, we did it. We did it.
Thank you.
Crawford.
Thank you so much.
Are you okay? Are you injured or something?
No, I'm fine.
You know, you can tell me anything. We're a team, you know?
Right, I know. But really, I'm fine.
So, Dark Falls is defeated. How is the plan progressing?
Operation 3, 98% complete. Photon sensitivity, 99% of target value.
Tomorrow, the 500th anniversary. And now the day of judgment draws nigh.
31,415,926 seconds remaining. Error range, plus or minus 0.05 seconds.
I know that. Hurry up with the plan.
Orders accepted. Proceeding to next phase.